contrasts, we heard the differentiation of the top melody line notes. We heard that I didn't play it exactly in straight rhythm. There was some rhythmic contrast. And then you probably noticed at one point we had the first 4 measures, that phrase. The second got a little stronger and was more forceful, and then all of a sudden the mood changed and it became very lyrical in that third and last couple measures I played. The last law of contrast is not as mechanical as the first 4 are. I call it source contrast, and it has to do with the consciousness of the musician as he is playing and the contrast between the field from where the musician is playing and the field of everyday life where the audience is listening. As a performer, it is absolutely imperative that you be outside the field of ego, outside the field of intellect, and in the field of pure feeling. In a field of pure fluidity, there may be a little use of intellect here and there, but it's mostly done, you know the piece so well that you're expressing from a level that is finer than the level of thought. It's the level, it's the finest level of feeling, and it's one of the great ironies that in the last law of contrast, you really want to be in a field of no contrast, outside of the world, outside of the ego level, the intellect level, on that level of pure feeling and fluidity. And that contrast between the musician being in that state and the contrasting state of the audience is the most important contrast. And if the musician is performing at peak level, that contrast will in fact disappear, and he'll bring the audience to that level of pure feeling. So those are the 5 ways that musicians evoke strong emotions, evoke endorphins, create strong feelings in their audience. Horizontal dynamic contrast, vertical dynamic contrast, rhythmic contrast, mood contrast, and most importantly, source contrast. So when you are getting ready for a performance, use this as a checklist.